Okay. So I understand yesterday's homework is a little bit difficult because some off-axis rotation that kind of throw you off a little bit. So I'm gonna go over all the off-axis. We're gonna go through 7 different off-axis rotation. 7. Okay, so we're not only gonna go 1, we're gonna go through. And I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna cover through everything. Yeah, I'm in the back board, so you can go over to the back board. Because the back board is easier. What? No, I'm not doing it for homework, but pick one of the homework question and do it. So you guys gonna help me here. Is this? Oh, by the way, take a picture of this. This is FRQ questions. Those answers are FRQ. Sorry, I may erase it. So this is FRQ answers. FRQ answers that you're trying to get there, but we can go over at pepperoni times, or we can go over at Saturday. We can go over your packet. Most of your packet are already graded. I'll give you a grade for it. You can do the packet at after school or at the Saturday sections or corrections. Okay? Question about this. So can I erase this part? That's the FRQ questions that you're gonna have. Can somebody post this on post this part on the group chat? Oh, shit, sure. Yo, everyone just said it. Everyone said it. That's funny. That's really
Actually, yeah.
I have to do that too. I don't want to do it. Okay, so. Can iPad see this? There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna have a question. I'm gonna write down questions right here. Question is gonna be y is equal to square root of x, y is equal to 0, and x is equal to 4. I think it's the same thing as your question 6 or 7. I don't remember. Question 6, right? It's very similar to that, and but instead of revolving a certain thing, I'm revolving all different directions, not only one direction. So we're gonna write down what the direction we're revolving to. So A, we're gonna revolving. I don't know how to spell revolving around x-axis. Okay. So B, I'm gonna revolving. I'm gonna y-axis.
It's just an L you're missing.
And then C is gonna be x is equal to -2, and then D is x equal to 4. E is y equal to 5. F is x equal to 7, and then G is y equal to -2. Okay? So Doc, can you walk ahead to me?
Work ahead and do all.
Yeah, do all of them.
Okay.
Set up only.
Only set up?
Yep.
Okay.
So that way you can help me in some areas. Okay, so I'm gonna erase this part. And I'm gonna redraw this graph. This graph is like this. Question about this. I'll get more marker. I need more marker. Color. Okay. So you're gonna start by revolving around x-axis. So first thing you're gonna tell yourself is what kind of thing is you have to draw. So I will write down the step one. Step one is draw the axis of rotation. Axis of rotation. So you make sure you draw the axis of rotation and do a rotation mark on it. Two. And you're gonna draw a line or two line. Draw a line or two, depends on if it's disc or washer, from axis of rotations to the curve. Then third, you can decide are they disc or washer. Four, you can decide are they dx or dy. Okay, dx or dy. And then five, figure out r and r. Like big R, small r, or there's just only one r. If it's disc, just big R. Okay, so if you go through the steps, that you're gonna see much more clearly. So can you do the first one first before I start? Mona, the first one's revolving around x-axis. Oh, you do write it up. Okay. But hit the graphic first. Graphic. You don't have to evaluate it. You just have to set up. On your test, it will be just set up. You don't have to evaluate nothing. You just have to set up for me, calculate it, boom. But the problem set up is the hard part. And if you do it, if you got it right, go to the second one. If you want to check the answer with the dot, you can check the answer with the dot, but I'm working behind him. So if you want to make sure, oh, if you did it right, then go to the dot. You don't want to check it. If you want him to help you, that's fine too, but I'll go over it.
So which one? Would you do small?
Shh, go over there, go over there, go over there. Neha. Stand up and go over there. Because you don't want to shout it, other people's gonna be like, yeah.
He said, I did it, and then he said that.
Right.
Yeah. Wait, what is it?
Just tell the whole class.
Oh.
No, don't shout it, the other people need to try it.
Funny.
All of them, kick your ass in front of the world.
My slave would be there, kick her keys.
Okay, can I go over the first one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is draw axis rotation, just like I do here. I'm gonna draw axis rotation, it's rotating around x, it's right here, so it's x-axis, so it's gonna be right here, and then you get a rotation like this. Does that make sense? And then you're gonna do the second step, you're gonna draw a line from the axis rotation to the curve. Draw a line in between the region too. So draw a line, so I'm gonna go in from here to here. Am I going too fast? Okay, now is that disc or washer? That's a disc, because there's only one line, it's a disc. So this looks like almost like a football. It's a half a football actually, and that was actually the first example we went over. So if it rotates, it's gonna be here. So this one is gonna be functions y equal to square root of x. So the third thing is, we know it's a disc. So this is a disc. And then you're gonna say, is that dx or dy?
Yeah.
Dx, because this is this cross section here, is dx, and the cross section is gonna be a disc. And then what's a big R? So big R is right here. R is x is equal to the function which is square root of x. Not yet, that's just square root of x. But the answer here is gonna be what? Pi, don't forget pi. Between what interval to what interval? 0 to 4, right? And that's gonna be square root x squared and then dx. Now second one.
Let's go.
Y-axis. Everybody got through the first one, right? Do you have any questions? No, the second one, and that's a bit harder. They increase level of difficulty each one. And it gets really, really hard at the end.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna erase my axis rotation.
0 to 4, yeah. And then when you like, which one? Are you doing the y-axis? Yeah, y-axis. Y-axis is 0 to 1. Yeah. Yeah. It was 0 to 2, right? Oh, yeah. Because like, well, who did that?
Can I do the second one or no?
Yeah.
Is everybody done with the second one? Is everybody done with the second one? Anybody did not get it done? I can go over it? Okay. So I'm gonna draw axis rotation again. I'm gonna start from here is y-axis, so I'm gonna draw it in black. And this is my rotation. Are we okay here?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna draw it to the, from here to here is gonna be a, and the second one, I'm gonna color code this, so this one is gonna be red. So now it is a disc washer. It's a washer, good, so you are done with the third step. Is that dx or dy? dy, so every function has to be y, so dy, so I'm gonna start with here, I'm gonna start by looking at dy, but also I'm gonna change this function to x is equal to
Y squared.
y squared. Now I'm gonna draw something else that's gonna be not helping with this problem, that's gonna help with the future. Okay, so also this line from here to here is the, from here to here, right? This, the orange line is from here to here is the same as dy here, but in this case is the function, which is the y squared. So that's the orange line, that's represent the function. The function is the distance from here to here. So in this case, it's equal to the red line. But later, things can be kind of iffy. So now, we know this is a big R, so we're gonna write down this is big R of x or R of y? R of y, right? And here, the red one is gonna be small r of y. So we just had to figure out what the big R of y is. So black. R of y, yes, Sarah, black. So big R is the distance from here to here, which is how ours what? 4. Okay, small r, which is red, and that is going to be y squared. So then you just have to integration of 4 squared pi, between what value to what value the boundary?
0 to 2.
0 to 2 minus what?
Y.
Y squared squared. Now what you do is you type in the function into the calculator. Y1 is 4 and Y2 is Y squared, and you just do Y1 squared and Y2 squared, being consistent. You can actually type in before the AP exam even started and just copy and paste, boom. But that's something that you can try. So that will be the answer for this one. Does that make sense?
I can't see.
Okay, so integration of pi between 0 to 4, 4 squared minus y squared squared dy.
Wait, why do you have to draw the red line?
What'd you say?
Why do you have to draw the red line? How do you know when?
You mean the orange line?
Not the orange picture, but like when you draw the first line, like why? How do you know
Why'd
when
you
it's like
stop?
washing?
Oh, because there was two lines, because it was one is to the outer curve and one's inner curve. Let's talk about what shape is this. This shape is a cylinder about this big, about this height. It's a cylinder about this height. You carve out something, just like what I did with the watermelon. I carve it out, the funnel, and then take it out. So that is what this part, that's what is the y square function. You take it out. Are we confusing?
Yes.
Yes?
No.
Okay, x equal to 92. So now it's more challenging now.
Moving which axis?
X equal to -2. That's the axis rotation. So x equal to -2. Draw it right here. All the
Alright, whatever.
it's right here. So you rotate here. Now the origin line's there to help you now because that origin line's gonna be something the key. Can you guys get a third one done?
Yeah.
It's done?
I'm confused. So we drew our first graph, so I'm not redrawing this graph. So I'm just adding the axes, so it's at -2, and we know x is -2 is 1. So it's similar to how we have it as a y-axis.
It's just
So
why.
find the figure.
Please, are you okay?
Did here, but
You okay?
that this is not adding.
How's an all four handshake?
So you add two, just like we do with.
Yeah, it was like
You did so good.
Why are we
I haven't gone over the axis, like the axis of rotation.
So your balance.
So like you're adding, let's say this, so from here you're like adding
So
two
we
half.
have it from the y-axis, it's like
So it's still from
0 to, but because we're on the y-axis, the y-axis.
It says X. No, there's no.
Yeah, we're still in the y.
Oh, but.
We're on the y-axis,
Like, it's from both.
so 0
Something like that.
So just remember
Oh, we're
to
adding two.
add 2.
Oh, then you add the four.
So it'd be 2 plus 4.
Minus. Minus.
I know, minus 2 plus.
Plus Y squared.
so. Did I finish all of them? So that you finish all of them. Okay, so let's go a second one. Can I go through it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I feel like not to my niggas would be.
I'm gonna use a black line, black Sarah,
Oh, yes.
black for Sarah. This is my axis of rotation, right? And this is my rotation. Are we okay? There's a reason why I keep still there, because that's gonna be able to easy to judge something what happened. So then you say, okay, I'm gonna draw a purple line from here to here. Do I use purple before? Or whatever.
Committing to.
I'm commenting, yes. So I'm gonna draw it from here to all the way to here, and that's gonna be a
The R, the big R.
big R, and it's going through two lines. So if you're going through two lines, that must be a washer because you're gonna cut off the hollow part. Okay, so that's gonna be the thing, and then we have a red one. A red one is gonna go from here to here. So now you see here the big R. So now this is a dy or dx.
Your Y.
dy, good. So that means everything should be in terms of y. And the boundary is going to be between the dy boundary. So it's going to be between 0 to 2. Fine. P. What's a big R though? Huh?
The X equals 4.
What is it?
The X equals 4, but you have to like have the negative part, right? Something like that.
That's more than you don't.
Yeah, that's more than.
So what is it?
Wait, Master, yeah. You got it?
But don't you have to add the negative?
Yeah, you add 2.
So 4 plus 2.
4 plus 2. Yeah. So look at this part here. So from here to here is always 2, right? So it doesn't matter what I go. It's always 2 plus 4, so it's 6. So it's 2 plus 4 squared, right? Because the 2 is right here and right here, right? To the inner curve, there's the inner curve right here, right? So the red line. So the red line is this small, the orange plus 2. Orange plus 2. Does that make sense? Because you gotta calculate distance from here to all the way here. But if you just say y squared, that's the distance here. But it's not including that. It's gonna be here plus here. So it's gonna be minus. So we didn't talk about a red line. So the red line is gonna be 2 plus y squared, would you say?
Yeah.
And on the bottom is gonna be the black one, it's gonna be 6 plus 6. 6 total. 4 plus 2.
I was like,
So it's gonna be 2 plus y
Squared.
you didn't respond to my text.
dy.
A while ago. Was it I thought you were angry. I think it's
6 squared is the what? 2 plus y squared?
Yeah.
Okay, D. X equal to 4. Now this one is gonna be more challenging now. X equal to 4. X equal to 4. Revolving against x equal to 4. Now this is where most of people is gonna get wrong.
How did that even work?
What did you subtract?
It would. How did that even work? I think I understand. Okay, so just consider x equals 5. Okay, so just make sure to consider think of it like that way. 4 minus.
You're like,
We're doing D.
Okay.
oh, she's not here.
Oh, that means so does that mean there's not really a second line then? Because like the revolving around it?
That's why I said.
So
4 to 4.
Is it gonna be a dish? A dish? Won't be a washer, right? Because when you're revolving around the same line, so I think that's the line.
680.
Yes, it is.
That's what it is.
My English is
Yeah, like if we're revolving around x equals 4, that means it's a disk, right? Because there's not a second line.
It is a disk. But the problem is that R is kind of hard to figure out. So you
The
gotta be
big R?
careful. The big R, because there's no small R here.
Yeah, because you're revolving around it.
Uh-huh.
I was really confident when I scored 2.
Reading.
Because if it was,
What do you get on
it was first.
It's horrible.
Or we
You guys finished? Can I go over it? Natasha, you finished?
No, I don't understand.
You don't understand. You don't try. You gotta try. Follow the steps. Did you draw axis rotation? Did you draw axis rotation?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna help you. So I'm gonna go over it now. Axis rotation's right here, right? And then this is axis rotation. I'm gonna draw a line from here to here. Now, why that orange line there? I'm kind of setting for this problem up. So the orange line is going from here all the way to here. That's my big R, right? And it's a dy, and there is a disk. Does that make sense? Because there's no two line I'm going to do.
Oh.
But now, this is the part that where everybody get confused. The distance from here to here is what? It's not y squared.
Negative y squared.
It's not negative y squared.
It's something.
It's something minus y squared.
You're not wrong. What? I don't understand how the logic.
No, it's not y squared minus 2.
Square root of x. Negative's not important.
That's the first thing I see.
No, it's not y squared plus 2.
Bro, what?
We are figuring for this one big R of y.
Y squared plus 4.
I don't know.
Nope, not plus 4.
Minus 4.
Okay. No, then you get negative distance.
It's getting negative.
Negative
What's
distance.
great? Minus almost.
Almost, I'll take it.
Negative y squared minus 3.
Natasha, what do you think? What's the big R of y? This is because you're black.
Y squared plus 3.
Y squared plus 3? No, because not always y squared plus 3. So if I have y squared here, right? If I plus 3, I'm gonna go all the way here. That's not enough. 4 what?
Minus y squared.
Y is 4 minus y squared. Can you come here and explain that to everybody else?
Wait, what's that?
This is like x equals 4, right? Like, so that means like the.
Yeah, that's from here to
Oh,
here is 4,
yeah,
right?
it's 4, and then like you subtract that to the.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh.
You think about it, this from here is 4, right? From here to here is 4, right? But from here to here, it's a 4 minus y squared. That's why I said this there for this question coming up. A long time ago, I kind of said that, but we know this distance is always 4. But we know this one's always y squared. But we don't need to worry about what happened here because we restricted between 0 to 2. Does that make sense? Because that restriction cut it off, so you don't have to worry about anything before that or after that. Rihanna, are you paying attention? Do you understand? You're gonna do the next question. Okay, so it'll just be fun.
So, yes.
0 to 2, pi, and then this one is 4 minus y squared, square dy. Okay. E, very, very, very challenging one. E is very, very challenging one.
We're going to do seniors only. Seniors only. Fourth graders. You're going to report to the gym by way of the side door that faces the 200 hall. Once inside, you will sit on the left in the section closest to the back of the gym. You will be dismissed first at the end of the pep rally. Teachers, please make sure you accompany your students. Head that way, we need your help.
Why is he going to 5? Sorry.
I'll make the next announcement for the juniors. This time it's seniors only.
I remember now. I was like 5 years.
Mr. Gay, what?
That's a Y equal to 5. It's a big wheel, but it's carving out small part of the things. Like this thing here. And this thing. They carve out a cylinder, maybe like a base.
Okay.
It's rotating around here. So it's gonna rotate above here.
Oh, you put it up there too.
I got no ups. So now here, this one here. Draw those axis rotation, draw those lines. I got what?
I got it.
You.
So it's it's DX, right? DX, it's a washer.
I think so. It is washer, good. Careful neck.
It's right. Yeah. So first, it's like.
So the big R is
The
5.
other one, the so what is it?
Shut up, Daniel.
Where did you get this? How many lines did you see? Oh, that means I got it. So what's the biggest one?
No, it's just because I was writing out steps from the
Yeah, what is that?
I got my 6 covered.
I don't. What is that? Five, so then, I mean,
Oh.
it's like a big one for cars. And then.
That's what
the big one.
Yeah.
But then
But it's
you
like
want
the small one
to
that
have the little one.
But it's not the only one that's.
But so you want to like to go home, so you might as that. I told you.
Oh, my foot is so.
Hey, I got
Okay, can I go over it?
Juniors, 11th graders, at this time, juniors, you're gonna report to the gym through the double doors.
Rihanna, don't leave.
You will sit
And
on-
understand this before you go. Nobody is leaving. If you don't understand, you don't leave. You gotta understand all the questions.
Only at this time, 11th
Okay, so start here.
Please help us out by escorting your 11th graders.
Start here. Okay, nobody's leaving. So I'm gonna go with big R. Look, draw from axis rotation all the way to the outer rim. Alright, that was really bad.
Oh, I thought
So it's all the way from here to here.
You, Daniel.
Right? What is the distance here? What's the distance here? It's always what?
6.
6, thank you. No, 5. Thomas very smart, but doesn't know how to count. Okay, 5. 5 is equal to big R of what? This is X, right? Big R of X, right? Because this is dx, right? And it's a decimal washer. Washer. Okay, so now the red line here. The red line from here to here. Now this one's hard.
5 minus. What is that?
Ready, I got this, ready, 5 minus.
5 minus what?
5 minus 4.
5 minus square root of x. Because that orange line. So 5 minus square root of x. So r of x equals 5 minus square root of x. So then that's gonna be 5. No, you cannot leave yet. You got 2 more questions to go before you leave. 2 more before you go. Yes.
You're another 10 after that.
Actually, so unreal.
I don't give a shit. Well, I don't. He's recording. You're gonna say, Mom. Yeah,
He's ready to be recorded.
I don't really give a shit. I'll say it again. Okay, F and G. Show me before you go. You don't go pepperoni, go. Finish those 2 problems before you go.
You said at the beginning of class. Okay, what if we don't want to go? Do we have to finish them anyway?
Yes.
You too.
Y'all right, y'all look so fast.
Yeah, that way.
Wait, it was 5. No, it's washer. I think it's washer.
Yeah, there's 2 lines. You're a washer.
Excuse me. That's a sexist comment.
So wait, so they really like said no argument.
No, I called them again. I called Kim Wolfton. She's a treasurer for the FMT, and they say they cannot do it because everybody have to pay the same share. They say people go to Las Vegas for the national tournament. Even people pay and live in Las Vegas has to pay for the hotel. So
I'm
which
going to
is
Vegas. I'm going to Vegas too. Let's go. Hey.
Girl, I don't know, I'm guessing here.
7 minus drive flag. No wait.
but you had to pay for it. It's $575 per person.
And then what's your small RMX? 7 minus drive flag square. Isn't 7 minus drive flag square?
7 minus what squared?
Drive flag square.
Small one.
Yeah.
Small one. Yeah.
And then the big one is 7.
Oh, why do you
That's what I just said. Okay.
Bobby! People!
You did? I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I don't remember, I'm kidding.
One more.
Where's it coming from?
What is the outer boundary?
It's for S. It's 0 to 2.
Yeah.
Unlocking the door.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. But like, no, but it's coming from this side. So this is the outer 5. Oh yeah. Not at this side.
So if you're going from 0 to 7, that's the total distance. But you're only going to this big that Y square to get that, you
Where's the hole? G is 9 squared big R. I know, right? I'm not like one. No, I remember.
Oh my God.
Yo, what's the small R? Well, what happens? Wait, how'd you go Y squared? Well, what happens to the... What Oh, you're on G or F? Oh, shit. That's
I'm taking your word.
why. Do people like the cut value?
No, it's square root of x plus 2, right?
Yeah.
Yes, bro, I got this. Let's go. Oh my God, I'm taller for yellow. I got you.
Alright, let's go, bro. We're gonna.
What? Are you gonna go? Go where? The temple.
Why is this 4? Because the line is a 4.
Just draw them.
I mean, you swear, so it doesn't matter,
Get it?
like, just for like precise.
You get it, bro? You got it? Who's good for F?
If
Chinese is right.
I don't know, I wrote the thing.
The other thing.
You guys are not going.
Where's the nine?
Is your tennis team welcome, really?
Yeah. Oh, Krishna, you have to support. Future Wimbledon, right?
Serena Williams, bro, they're the guy in the.
Where's the other guy talking about?
Yeah, me too.
Everyone's watching you, like you're just standing.
You know, no one got like non-IB kids.
Huh?
Got like non-IB.
Tennis.
I have.
No, I get the whole school. Like,
right now. None of them. I played for like 5
Yeah, none of my teammates are cool.
You don't like my response? That's why the same thing.
It's like the same color.
your teammates are going. Is they drawing up there? Roman, Roman, that was me. We're doing that. You got a 1480?
Oh, dude. Do you have food?
Food?
Yeah.
You want to get food?
Want to get food?
Yeah.
From where?
What do you say?
Do you have food?
Oh, no.
Who's doing history for the EE?
I am.
Okay, so you know how it's down? Yes. The AP side, if you go on to the thing, it's down. Like, I can't see
His site.
Ninth grader, freshman, eighth grader.
Oh, no.
Your name is
Yeah.
for the pep
I
rally.
thought because Dr. Eva told us it's not our problem because
The
it's
door,
like
that was
everyone's
going
down.
back.
So like 2 weeks on it.
No, no,
No,
I feel like I got your answer. Do your sources right now. Yo, that's smart. Let's do it. But we use the same one. Yeah. The same one, bro.
That's not how it works.
It's like a calculator.
I'll be the one.
Wait, keep up. Yeah. Yeah. You know wait, you take history? With who? Yes.
Maybe mine too.
My topic?
You have food?
Mine's who has greater chance of passing grade.
Are you sure? You check. Please check. Can I have it? Yeah. I'm hungry. I haven't had lunch.
Oh, okay. I had a salad dinner.
You want a salad?
It's like,
I don't care.
I know, it's
You don't take. You just run go without taking.
Yeah. Stop, Sam.
What?
Oh, like that stuff over there. I mean,